In late March 1998, Amy Lynn Bradley, 23, boarded Royal Caribbean's Rhapsody of the Seas with her family on a Caribbean cruise. It was supposed to be a normal holiday, music, sun, a few days away from life back home in Virginia. Then came the night that still haunts her family decades later. On the final night before the ship reached Carousel, Amy spent time in the ship's nightclub. Multiple accounts place her socializing and dancing, including with a ship musician known to passengers. In the early hours of March 24th, she returned toward her family's cabin. Her father later said that sometime between roughly 5:15 and 5:30 a.m., he woke and saw Amy on the balcony, resting in a lounge chair. He described seeing her legs from the hips down and then drifting back to sleep. When he woke again at around 6 a.m., Amy was gone, and so were small personal items, most notably, accounts say a cigarettes and lighter, details that matter because they suggest she may have been awake and moving, not simply missing in her sleep. This is where the horror becomes specific. A cruise ship isn't the open ocean. It's corridors, decks, cameras, staff, other passengers, a floating city. So how does a person vanish in that narrow window between the hush of early morning and the start of the day? The family raised the alarm quickly. Search efforts were carried out on board, and authorities became involved. An early explanation put forward in many disappearances at sea is the simplest: a fall overboard. But in Amy's case, the absence of a clear overboard moment, plus the later claimed sightings, kept that theory from settling the story for her family. The ship soon arrived in Carousel, and that timing became one of the most argued points in the case, because once a ship docks and people disperse, passengers, crew, port workers, opportunity expands, and certainty collapses. Over the years, what kept this case alive were the reported sightings, claims that surfaced from different people in different places across different years. Some were brief, a woman who looked like Amy. Some were specific and chilling, a woman allegedly saying she was Amy and needed help. There were also later claims involving possible photographs found online, reported publicly and discussed in modern coverage, though none of it has been confirmed strongly enough to close the case. And this is where the story becomes what it truly is. Not one clear mystery, but a cluster of possibilities, each terrifying in its own way. One possibility is an accidental fall, with the sea erasing the evidence. Another is foul play, an abduction or concealment, made possible by the close quarters of the ship and the chaos of docking. And the most disturbing theory, raised repeatedly in public discussion, is trafficking, because of where the ship was headed, the timing, and the nature of certain reported sightings. But none of these theories have enough proof to become a conclusion, and none can be dismissed so cleanly that the questions stop. What people sometimes forget, because the case has become famous, is that Amy was a real person with an ordinary life. A daughter, a sister, a friend, and for her family, the world never returned to normal after that morning, because grief is one thing, uncertainty is another. Uncertainty keeps the door half open forever. Today, the case remains active publicly. The FBI continues to list Amy Lynn Bradley and offers a reward, up to $25,000, for information leading to a recovery or to identifying whoever may be responsible. Which tells you something important. This isn't treated as a closed story. It's treated as a missing person who might still be found. So what happened to Amy Bradley in 1998? A tragedy in the dark, gone in seconds? Or a crime that survived the chaos of a cruise ship and a crowded port? The truth is, there's no evidence strong enough to confirm what happened to her, and no explanation complete enough to put it to rest. If someone vanished from a ship in the final minutes before morning, what would you believe first?